The consumer looks at us like we're ripping people off if we go and tell them, because that's one of the major complaints, right? Like look online and it's like, hey, these people, there's a whole YouTube channel of a guy who just goes around and says,
hey folks, David here. Before I opened my repair shop, I used to sell parts for a living. And it's always been important for me to be able to not just find the right part, but the best part for my customers' vehicles in stock and at the right price, which is why I became obsessed with PartsTech.com. With PartsTech, I'm able to search an unlimited number of vendors for parts and tires, and with one click, I'm able to order from every single one of them at the same time. What's more, all the information then gets conveniently transferred into my shop management system. So if you haven't experienced that level of convenience and efficiency for yourself, head on over to partstech.com/podcast and you'll be able to sign up for free today. That's partstech.com/podcast.
Well, it was done 2 days ago. Oh, gee, well, I've been asking for rides to work and back. That would have been nice. You know, it's stuff like that.
right.
But yeah, they were the kind of people that just fixed the car, sent it on. I didn't get a peace of mind evaluation or anything like that.
Right.
Didn't
No
know.
pictures, no videos.
pictures, no DVI.
Did they ever tell you anything was going on with the car otherwise?
No, not that I know of, no.
So they just like, see that to me feels weird. It feels like if somebody was going to do that, I can't see the logic behind that model, right? In other words, just saying, hey, we're just going to fix the problem. And the consumer looks at us.
They don't know any different.
Well, I'm
They
just
don't
saying
know
the
any different.
consumer looks at us like we're ripping people off if we go and tell them, because that's one of the major complaints, right? Like look
Right.
online and it's like, hey, these people, there's a whole YouTube channel of a guy who just goes around and says, like, hey, I'm going to see if they tell me there's things wrong with my vehicle. The dealership told me it's in perfect condition. And he just makes videos trying to bait shops into telling him something.
What stupid YouTube channel is that?
I'll find the video and show it to you. But so the American consumer thinks that, but that's not really what we do. And it concerns me that the majority of shops are still doing exactly that.
I don't know if it's
I
the
mean,
majority.
I think there's both. I think there's shops that do that for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But I think some of the perception is that shops do that to get money out of you. And there probably are some out there that do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll say
I don't
stuff
think
on
any
there.
of them do it to get money out of you. I don't think any of them do, because there's enough broken stuff on cars. I will say it's not malice, it's incompetence. They will get up underneath the vehicle, and if they like doing ball joints, everything needs a ball joint.
Yeah.
So everything that's going to come in is going to get flagged. So you'll run into that. Also, shops that incentivize finding work are going to get, especially certain types of work or more profitable work or easier work for the technician, that's what they're going to find, because that's how they're getting paid. If you don't find those struts are a little soft, you're not going to get paid. And so you can do struts and kill it every single time. Every car that comes in needs struts. That's just the way it's set up. So it's not that they're doing it intentionally to try to get money out of you. Like, they're just trying to feed themselves. And they can do it easily and efficiently if they flag X, Y, and Z. So every car comes in with X, Y, and Z. But that's a result of the shop, the way they incentivize their employees.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of the guy that was all over YouTube? He was walking up to his employees, asking them, "Hey, how much do you make?"
No, I didn't see it.
"Hey, Bob, how long you been working here?" "Oh, I've been here for 7 months." "How much do you make?" "I'll make $45 an hour." "And you came from the dealership, didn't you?" "Yes." He was recruiting in the video.
Who was it?
I don't know. What was the name of the Jeff's show? He had a big pop in
Dave's Auto Center?
yeah.
Oh, is that who
dude.
it was?
Yeah, that dude.
Seems like maybe that's some recruiting because
No, it was recruiting. Like
Well, I'm just saying,
at the end of the thing, he's like, he's like, "Hey, if you want to make big money like these guys do,
Just don't listen to the
go the
jaded
other way.
mechanic before you apply.
I don't know anything about that. But
I don't either. I'm just saying.
So I think as an industry, I think we've done some interesting things here. And because there is pushback on the DVIs from shops that will say, I'm not one of those shops that's trying to sell you all that stuff, right? There's some of that happens. And there's some customers that are like, wait a second, don't look over my whole car. Like,
Yeah.
So that weird pushback on it, if we really think historically, what were dealerships only utilized for a long time?
Warranty work.
Warranty work. The thing that is broken right now.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would take it to the dealership, because this transmission's doing something funny. Dealership's going to handle that. Aftermarket's going to do my oil change stuff or whatever. And then, so the dealerships were just the broken stuff. And then the $10 oil change people, Jiffy Lube, as it were, was kind of the go-to on the other side. So as an industry, we created this monster where we're only fixing the broken stuff and we're only doing the quick oil changes. And the shift is a beautiful thing. I think the shift to, let's be real, because if I go to a doctor and I say, yeah, I've got something kind of hurting down here, but I've got gangrene on my right angle, I've got some psoriasis happening over here, I've got like a pus on the back of my head, who knows? And the doctor's only going to take care of this one thing and not look over the rest of it.
Grotesque series.
I was trying to think like a really bad. I'm a zombie.
Justin.
He turns out I'm a zombie, right? But and the doctor only addresses that one thing. Like we would think, wow, this doctor's really
That's
incompetent.
malpractice.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. So now we're trying to be thorough.
That's what they do. What are you talking about? That is exactly what they do.
I think the doctor would say, we're going to need to have somebody take a look at this.
They have if you come to them with X problem and you're like, hey, I've got this problem. Also, this other thing's bothering me. They're like, let's make another appointment for the other thing. And I got to run you through another series
Let's
of
make
tests.
the other point for the other thing, though. They're not going to just disregard it, right?
No, but at the same time, here's what they should be doing. I'll just speak for myself here.
Sure.
I go in for a physical and they order blood work because it's part of the physical. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. I get my numbers back, and I had asked for a specific test that she just had kept insisting. She's like, you're probably fine. And I'm like, I just want to know. And she's like, well, I can't help you if it's off. That's what she told me. She's like, if I can't, I got to refer you to somebody else. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Well, the number came back a little low. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I want to do something about this. So I sought at like a concierge service. And I said, hey, can you check this out? And they go, hey, we need to run more. We need to run panels again. I just had them done. And he's like, yeah, but like, make sure that you're not taking this. You're not taking this multivitamin. Make sure you do it first thing in the morning. Make sure you don't work out. Like he had this huge protocol. They end up ordering way more tests than what the physical, the doctor, my general practitioner, whatever, had asked for. And it came back that I had a problem with my thyroid that I probably have had a huge chunk of my life.
Sure.
And they're like, hey, do you know your thyroid doesn't work? I'm like, what? Also, it's eating itself. It's like, it's an autoimmune disease. Like you've got a problem. Like we need to fix this. I was just at the doctor. They're like, Anyway, they usually don't check this. Why wouldn't you check it? Like, that's what I'm there for. Tell me what's wrong. I'm here for my yearly tell me what's wrong list.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't do it.
That's true.
Why? Because that's not their specialty? Then what the hell am I here for? So you can check my heart? That's it? You're going to tell me my cholesterol's high? That's it?
Yeah.
Like, look at me. I know. Like, I know what I eat. Trust me, I know if my cholesterol's high. Most people do. You're probably fine. He's going to die.
Valid point.
He just got his
Water,
lipid. What is
Diet
it?
Mountain Dew.
What is it?
Yeah. So there is a protein that if it's high, right, and it's a number you have your whole life, it has nothing to do with your weight, has nothing to do with what you eat, nothing affects it, right? There's a protein that you have, and if it's high, it means that you are extremely susceptible to heart attacks, strokes, cardiac events.
Well, it's because the arteries can get plaqued up very easily,
right? And so
because of this.
And so they know And I was watching videos the other night, and I've decided, hey, I want to start working on my health again.
If you like that clip, you can watch the entire episode by clicking on the link in the description. We drop a brand new episode every single Monday evening. And if you want to escape our Google overlords, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast player. And we drop those episodes first thing Monday morning. Thank you to PartsTech for sponsoring this video. And if you haven't signed up yet, it's absolutely free to get started with them. Leave us a like and a comment and make sure that you're subscribed.